Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Alpha Platform. First of all, excuse the background. My husband and I were actually moving some things into storage this morning, so yeah, don't pay attention to that. Also, excuse the robe and the pajamas. I like to make my videos early in the morning. I wake up early, I get to work early, so but there's work to do. I'm here to do it. So today we're going to be talking about Kansas passing a bill which would essentially require an ID to view any type of gay adult content. So I'm gonna read you guys this article. I'll come back a little bit later with my thoughts. But yes, let's get into this article. All right, you guys, let's get into this gig real quick. Um, so Kansas governor, the Advocate reports, Kansas governor passes law requiring ID to view acts of homosexuality online, vetoes anti-LGBTQ plus bill. Man, this lady. Kansas will require a state issued ID to view acts of homosexuality beginning July 1st, which is considered harmful to minors under state law. So, what about other acts of sexuality? Let's go on. The governor of Kansas vetoed an anti-LGBTQ plus bill, which simultaneously letting a law pass requiring ID to view acts of homosexuality. She's a Democrat? Wow. Democratic Governor Laura Kelly issued vetoes Friday against a ban on gender affirming care for minors as well as two anti abortion measures. She also let pass without her signature a law requiring age verification to view content harmful to minors. Like I told you guys in my introduction, or excuse me, I'm going to talk about this later, excuse me. But I do agree with, finding some way to prevent minors from accessing this type of content. But when I was younger, I was exposed to naked women, heterosexuality all the time, and the way I was exposed to it was through adult men. Like they would have, adult calendars in the barbershops, adult videos laying around in my mom's boyfriend's house, or if you go to a mechanic shop, they would have adult calendars as well. So it's not this is a sticky situation. This is not. We can't focus only on LGBTQ plus sexuality. We have to really talk about sexuality as a whole. And if we look at it as a whole, heterosexuality is being forced down everyone's throats. Like naked women. If I see one more naked woman on HBO or Netflix, I'm gonna like throw up. I'm gonna vomit because I see it so much. Um, and I don't like it. Like not everyone wants to see a naked woman. Like not everyone wants to see lopsided breasts. Like I don't want to see that type of stuff. I don't find the female body attractive. Moving on. Under Kansas criminal law, material harmful to minors includes nudity and sexual content, which is defined in part as acts of masturbation, homosexuality, or sexual intercourse. Okay, so this could include, typical heterosexual sex. The law, which will go into effect on July 1st, requires users to share the government issued ID in order to view adult content. Websites can be fined up to $10,000 for each instance a minor accesses their content, and parents are allowed to sue for damages for at least $50,000. Yup, this is going to put a stop to all of this. Um, as I'm reading it, I kind of feel like it may not be as bad as what we are thinking because we know that child sex trafficking, child um, it's egregious. Like it's terrible, and we need to put a stop to it. We need to do whatever we can to stop it. And I definitely feel like these fines and being able to sue these companies will put a stop to it. Um, there's something else I wanted to say about these websites. Hmm, lost my train of thought. Let's keep going. This could theoretically apply to family-friendly media with queer characters, LGBTQ plus charities and community services, or even medical websites that include information on gender and sexuality. Such websites could soon be forced to block access to young users, cutting off their access to vital resources and information, or face hefty fines. These companies are doing that. Instead of like towing the line and trying to find out what is acceptable, they're choosing to just remove their services altogether. I talked about adult websites being blocked in Texas. They're choosing because they feel like it's an invasion of privacy to ask for someone's ID. But if they are of age, what's the problem with asking for ID if you don't have nefarious, how can I put it? If you don't have nefarious, my gosh, I cannot think. It's so early in the morning. If you don't have nefarious like intentions, if you don't have nefarious intentions, what is your opposition to entering in your ID? Kelly did not comment on the age verification bill but gave justification for each of her vetoes. She said that a ban on gender affirming care for minors tramples parental rights and targets a small group. She vetoed a similar bill last year, and the legislature did not have the votes to override it. If the legislature paid this much attention to the other 99.8% of students, we've had the best schools on earth, she wrote. Lawmakers were able to override Kelly's veto on an anti-transgender school sports bill last year. Her veto of a bill ending the state's legal recognition of changes in gender identity was also overridden, meaning that transgender people can no longer change their sex on their driver's licenses or birth certificates in the state. Wow, I hope they're able to overturn that. I'm glad that she's on these people's sides and trying to do what's right. I don't understand why a lot of people care how other people are living their lives. The Republicans tout themselves as being the party of uh, small government and freedom and liberty, but I'm learning that they only want freedom and liberty for their type of lifestyle and lifestyles they deem appropriate, and for people uh, they deem appropriate to live a certain lifestyle. The minority leader of the Kansas Senate, Democrat Dina Sykes of Topeka, told The Advocate earlier this month that she's concerned Republicans will have the votes to override Kelly's vetoes this time around. She said that the laws are just filled with hate and really just an ignorance toward what this community goes through. It makes these children feel so different and feel like outcasts, and that's just so cruel, Sykes said. I worry that these kids and their parents won't feel safe in Kansas and that they will move to other states, and it's a loss for our state. Unfortunately, we're going to lose some wonderful Kansas because of this bill. Kansas because of this bill. Yeah, man, like, and she's right. You're going to lose a lot of talent, a lot of great people, a lot of people that would have brought a lot to these communities. You're going to see a lot of these red states start to fail. Like, they're going to fail socially. Like, you're going to see them suffer socially. You're going to see it become like a war of the worlds in the U.S., where you have the progressives, the people that want to move forward in this country, people that value equity, inclusion, diversity, move to these blue states, and the South is going to be filled with the ignorant people, the bigots, the religious people, the religious zealots. They're going to be filled, excuse me, with the MAGA people, and you're going to have this fraction of the country, constantly at war with each other, which is going to be, you know, it's going to get worse. It's just going to get worse. We're already stratified. We're already at each other's throats. This is just going to make it 10 times worse. Let's see if we can find some comments. The Advocate typically has comments. Give me just a moment, you guys. I think my husband's going to wake up soon, so I'm trying to finish this. I don't see any comments. Sorry, you guys, no comments. So that was the article. Moving on. So what do you guys think about all this? Like I was saying in the video, I've found, because in Texas we can't view adult content. I made a video about this. We can't view adult content in the state of Texas right now. And to get around this, some people would say, "Oh, use a VPN," but I think that's just doing too much. What we actually ended up doing was paying for a subscription to RFC. I'm not gonna say the acronym out loud because it's provocative. It will get me it will get my video flagged. But RFC. If y'all are in the gay community, y'all know what that means. But yes, we pay for a subscription to RFC, and we get like tons of content, like access to all different types of adult websites, adult channels, adult performers by paying what $40 a month. So for us, it's worth it. I also feel like if you don't want to teach, again, if you don't want minors viewing this content, which I believe they should not be viewing, a lot of us only viewed it as minors because we wanted to learn more about ourselves. Like, there were no resources for LGBTQ plus youth, and that's the reason why we viewed it. So if you want to protect youth, you need to be teaching about inclusion and diversity, equity in schools, so people can learn about themselves in a healthy manner. But that's all I got you guys for today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Be sure to like and subscribe. We're almost at 1,500 subscribers very quickly. I'm so thankful. Thank you guys so much for your support. Again, like and subscribe. Take care and peace.